We observe today not a victory of party, but a celebration of freedom, symbolizing an end as well as a beginning, signifying renewal as well as change. For I have sworn before you and Almighty God, the same solemn oath our forebears prescribed a century and 3/4 ago. On January 20th, 1961, John F. Kennedy was sworn in as the 35th President of the United States of America. Today, I'll be retelling his inaugural address. Throughout the address, the new president spoke of the culture and practices of America, the land of the free, and how we fought for the freedom we truly deserve. He spoke of the people living in countries who still do not have the freedom that is bestowed upon them. He spoke of the upcoming dangers and benefits of science, but greatest of all, he spoke of the responsibility all American citizens have when he proclaimed, "Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country." The world is a very different place now, for man now holds in his mortal hands the power to abolish all forms of poverty and all forms of human life. And yet the same revolutionary beliefs that our forebears fought for are still at issue around the globe. The belief that freedom does not come from the generosity of state, but from the hand of God. Let it not be forgotten that we are the heirs to that first revolution. Let the word go forth from this time and place to friend and foe alike, that the torch has been passed to a new generation of Americans, born in this century, tempered by war, disciplined by hard and bitter peace, proud of our ancient heritage and unwilling to witness or permit the slow undoing of those human rights to which we have always committed to, and we continue to commit today at home and around the globe. Let every nation know, whether it wishes us well or ill, that we will pay any price, bear any burden, meet any hardship, support any friend, and oppose any foe to assure the survival and success of liberty. This much we pledge, and more. To those old allies whose cultural and spiritual origins we share, we pledge the loyalty of faithful friends. United, there is nothing we cannot do in a host of cooperative ventures, but divided, there is nothing we can do. For we dare not meet a powerful challenge at odds and split asunder. To those new states whom we welcome to the ranks of the free, we pledge that one form of colonial control shall not have merely passed to be replaced by far more iron tyranny. We should not always expect them to be supporting our view, but we should always expect them to be supporting their own freedom, and remembering that, in the past, those who foolishly sought power by riding the back of the tiger ended up inside. To the people living in huts and villages of half the globe, struggling to break the bonds of mass misery, we pledge our best efforts to help them help themselves. Not because the communists are doing it, not because we seek their votes, but because it is right. If a free society cannot help the many who are poor, it cannot save the few who are rich. To our sister republics, south of our borders, we offer a special pledge to convert our good words into good deeds in a new alliance for progress, to help free men and free governments in casting off the chains of poverty. But this peaceful revolution of hope cannot become the prey to hostile powers. Let all our neighbors know that we shall join them to oppose aggression or subversion anywhere in the Americas. And let every other power know that this hemisphere intends to remain the master of its own house. To that group of sovereign states, the United Nations, our last, best hope in an age where the instruments of war have far outpaced the instruments of peace, we renew our pledge of support. To merely prevent it from becoming a form from invective, to strengthen its shield of the new and the weak, and to enlarge its area where its root may run. And finally, to those countries who decide to make themselves our adversary, we offer not a pledge, but a request. To begin anew the quest for freedom before the dark powers of destruction unleashed by science, engulf all of humanity in planned or accidental self-destruction. We dare not tempt them with weakness, for only when our arms are sufficient beyond doubt can we be certain beyond doubt that they will never be employed. So let us begin anew, remembering that civility is not a sign of weakness, and sincerity is always subject to proof. Let us never negotiate out of fear, but let us never fear to negotiate. Let us explore what problems unite us, instead of belaboring those problems which divide us. Let us for the first time formulate serious and precise proposals on the inspection and control of arms, and bring the absolute power to destroy any nation under the absolute control of all nations. Let us invoke the wonders of science instead of its terrors. Together, let us explore the stars, conquer the deserts, eradicate disease, tap the ocean depths, and encourage arts and commerce. Let both sides heed, in all corners of the earth, the command of Isaiah, to undo the heavy burdens and let the oppressed go free. And if a beachhead of cooperation may push back a jungle of suspicion, let both sides join in creating a new endeavor, not a new balance of power, but a new world of law, where the strong are just and the weak secure and the peace preserved. All this will not be finished in the first 100 days, nor in the first 1,000 days, nor even in the life of this administration, nor even perhaps in our lifetime on this earth. But let us begin. In your hands, my fellow citizens, more than mine, rests the final success or failure of our course. Since this country was founded, each generation of Americans has been called to give its testimony to its national loyalty. The graves of many young Americans who answered this call surround the globe. Now the trumpet summons us again, not as a call to bear arms, though arms we need, not as a call to battle, though in battle we are, but a call to bear the burden of a long twilight struggle, year in and year out, a struggle against the common enemies of man, tyranny, poverty, disease, and war itself. Can we forge against these enemies a grand and global alliance, north and south, east and west, to assure a more fruitful life for all mankind? Will you join us in that effort? In the long history of this world, only a few generations have been given the role to support freedom in its hour of maximum danger. I do not shrink from this responsibility. I welcome it. I do not think any of us would switch places with any other people or any other generation. The energy, the faith, the devotion which we bring to this endeavor will truly light this country and all those who serve it. And the glow from that fire can truly light the world. And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. And to my fellow citizens of the world, ask not what America can do for you, but what together we can do for the freedom of man. Thank you.